welcome to the Goods from the Woods. My name is Rivers Langley, and tonight, on this spookiest of evenings, I am so pleased to be joined by comedian, you know him, you love him, friend of the show.
Ooh, it's Kyle Clark.
Yeah.
And my continued dominance over a single holiday.
Absolutely.
Again, young entertainers, if I can give you one piece of advice, pick 5 things you like and build them into part of your personality.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, you know, I'm the country music wrestling guy.
Yeah, comedy horror comic book guy, ready for duty.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we are, at your service. Oh, shit.
It's funny, I imagine you might have this too, when people are like, well, you know music, and you forget that you're also the guy who knows all the music because you have other things.
Right. Yeah.
Like, I forgot you guys are sick.
Oh, man. Well, we've got a fun evening planned. We're going to be exploring the Ghosts and Monsters. This is Ghosts and Monsters 6.
Ooh.
And we're going to be exploring for no reason. It's not because we had a guest that dropped out from this region, but just I arbitrarily picked.
We'll just pick something. You know, blindfold on, map goes.
Throw a dart. Somewhere right in between the states of Kansas and Missouri.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we're going to be...
Is there some kind of city there?
Yeah, there is actually. It's
great.
Yeah, so we'll
when we get there, I hope we can eat food there.
Absolutely. I'll be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine, as Fats Domino said. Going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. But
I like that as rock music got better, the cities got more ambitious.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think...
At some point, we're going to Jackson, and then we get better.
Right. Well, and we'll mention this when we get to it, but Kansas City was like a scary mafia town.
I feel like I did know that.
Yeah.
It's one of the Scorsese movies. They're always cutting back to. Is it Casino?
It's Casino. Yeah. It's the guy with the Italian grocer spilling his fucking guts with the bug in the ceiling. That's Kansas City.
In comes Piscano, the Kansas City underboss. He ran that little grocery store in Kansas City where they bought the suitcases.
Fighting over those suitcases again. You know what that means, right? You know what that means, right? That means I got to take another trip out to Vegas, and it's going to cost me another couple of grand.
He ran it with his brother-in-law, but mostly what he did was complain about his trips to Vegas to his brother-in-law and to his mother all the time.
You gotta lay down the law, otherwise they're gonna make a fool out of you.
They make a fool out of me. I write it all down in this book. Every fucking nickel goes down right here. Receipts here.
Wow.
Receipts here, bills here. Everything's here.
Since when do you talk like that?
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of
Nance gives
people
me
here.
trouble, and I'll tell him, screw around with those suitcases, and I'll take the eyes out of his freaking head.
Again.
I didn't Chris, that's his freaking head.
That's enough.
I'm sorry.
It was a scary mob town for sure for a long time. So it's we talked about it a little bit. John Hastings and I years ago did an episode about a wrestler named Sputnik Monroe, who is from Kansas City.
Solid name.
And it just we talked about the fact that all the railroads intersected there. So in the way that like New York or New Orleans, places like that become mob towns because they're ports on seaports, this was like all of the beef coming up from Texas going to Chicago. All of the
you
money.
always got to be impressed with the industriousness of La Costa Nostra.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, in the 1800s too, all of the silver, all of the gold from the West going back east, all that shit went straight through Kansas City. But we'll talk about it. But first, we'll do our goods from the week segment that Kyle was so gracious to let us steal from the late great This Is Rad podcast.
It felt like the moment of them turning to the dude from Dark Knight whose name I can't, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and going, you should have called yourself Robin.
Yeah,
this is that.
yeah, exactly.
I've been as a Goods from the Woods listener, I've been enjoying listening to people's Goods from the Week, and have excitedly thought of what mine would be. And since we naturally decided to have no other guest for normal reasons,
there was not supposed to be
absolutely no third chair.
The chairs are not pushed into the closet behind the camera at all.
It's a pretty good look, folks.
Yeah.
I have 2. The first one I will do, and then the second one I get to play a little Goods from the Woods style game with.
Oh, please.
First one, though, is a video game that has just come out called Hades 2.
Oh, okay.
The original Hades came out in 2020 and is one of the 3 or 4 things responsible for my family being alive during lockdown. And it is, the original was you played the son of Hades and you're trying to escape hell level by level. And it's a game where like every time you die,
trying to move out of your parents' house.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
And every time you die, you get sent back to the beginning and have to start over again.
Oh, Christ.
And it's incredibly satisfying because it's one of those games where like incrementally you get stronger and figure out how to do stuff.
Yeah.
And so it was a great game and kind of opened me up to a type of game called roguelikes, where that is the idea is you do a run and then when you die, you're just kicked back and you just try again, kind of like old school arcade games.
Yeah.
And so within Hades 2, this time you are Hades' daughter who has been tossed away long ago, and Kronos is trying to retake over Olympus and Hades and wreck things. So you got to initially like go down, you're starting above hell and have to go into hell to do something, and then eventually also scale Mount Olympus.
Okay.
And you have like different weapony loadouts, and there's a ton of like mythological characters, that you interact with. When you die, you go back to your house and chat with people, and they're like, heard you fucking failed again. Sucks, bro.
Yeah, Jesus.
It's incredibly satisfying. The moment-to-moment gameplay is like, I am not a huge gamer. Like I am not always apt to sit and burn hours and hours playing anything. I do not play with people online because that is truly my vision of hell, is trying to like socialize while having to do a thing I'm not good at.
Right.
But these kinds of games are the perfect, like, just sitting around chilling. Like, you got like a horror movie on or the TV or a podcast, and you got this going, and it's just it's so satisfying. So that is one of them. Is Hades 2. It's on the Switch. It's on all the gamey thingies.
All right.
And so check that one out, everybody. And then the second one, I know this is not a space where we want to bring up heavy things like addiction.
Okay.
But
or video games, frankly.
True. I am exposing you to something here that is my version of a war on low energy.
Oh, boy.
But instead of it being chemicals, mine is pure sugar and chemicals. And these are Nerds candy corn.
Oh,
They've
get
been
out.
making these for the last several years. This is how much I like you, Rivers. I am sharing some of these.
Okay.
Look, listeners, I'm going to be honest with you. I have bought more than a dozen of these bags this year, and I'm going to cruise a Target or a Walmart or a whatever place to see if there's any left over. You're basically getting the flavor of Nerds with the consistency of candy corn in a marriage that most people have not hit the same level of like Ribwitch style obsession I have.
They solved the candy corn problem.
They did. That's my thing.
Yeah, it's because
if candy corn tasted good?
Right, because candy corn is like good for about 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah,
and then you're like, all right, well, we're done here.
I cannot tell you how much they started doing these in 2023.
Oh my God.
Because I clocked them somewhere and bought some and was into it, and then kind of kept buying them in a way that, like, again, I'm a dirty little candy goblin, so like this is not, the Nerds cluster was a big deal for me a few years ago.
Oh God, yeah.
But like this has been sort of a fun adventure, and the most distinct memory I have, enough time has passed that I feel like I can tell this story legally now. I worked at the haunted hayride in Griffith Park 2 years ago as a scare actor, as part of my love of the Halloween season and my desperate need for jobs. I sort of married into that. There's a whole grand story there, but the final night of the event, which had some, I'll say, acrimonious elements within employment there.
Okay. What, the carny folk didn't want to pay you?
Dude, we should do a whole story one day. Like I have been planning to do it as a graphic novel for several years now. Is sort of a bunch of stuff based on my experiences there. It was great, but it was also brutal. But the last night, I may or may not have been lightly frustrated with the way management had been going.
Quickly, how were you dressed?
I can show.
So we can picture. So we can paint a picture.
I was in the Cannibal Hillbilly maze.
Okay.
And I believe my character's name was Gramps, but I sort of just embraced it as a whatever. But
like
here, I will.
I'm going to say like a overalls, coveralls situation, perhaps.
Fairly, you'll see. It's. I'm quite frightening.
Yeah.
There's the mask.
Oh, Jesus.
So listeners, there, if you can see it, I'll send these to you.
Yeah, send it to me. We'll pop it up on the
and then
screen.
here there's me like in it giving a little wave.
Okay.
And there's me out of it. Outs of it, I look like I'm in Vietnam.
Whoa.
Like, it's great.
Whoa.
And so
that's a wow.
Yeah, it was like a blood covered pajama pants. I was wearing Doc Martens just because it was easier wandering through Griffith Park all night.
Sure.
And then it's like shorts and knee pads underneath that. So I'm like wearing like a stunt guy's outfit underneath my crazy clothes.
Yeah.
And but the point is, so I have this whole suit, but the jaw is hinged, so I can't really like talk. And I'm a silent character, I decided, but like I can like do things like put candy in my mouth or vape.
Yeah.
And I am in an outdoor maze that is indoor or whatever. And so it turns out when you're stuck in there for 3 hours, if you put, let's say, a bag of those candy corns in your pocket, perhaps an earbud in your ear, and perhaps some sort of other substances around in other spaces on your person or in your body.
Yeah.
And you put on blaring hardcore techno, you are the greatest character in the world for 5 hours on one Halloween night.
Damn.
And so those and definitely no edibles powered me through one magical Halloween night, along with just, again, the most 4 on the floor techno I could find.
Damn. Hell yeah. my goods from the week this week. Again, it's Halloween, folks. It's time to put on some spooky music. We gave some recommendations last week, but I left this one out because this is just always my recommendation, no matter the time of season, but now especially, is the Pine Hill Haints, folks.
Yeah.
Auburn, Alabama, by way of Muscle Shoals.
Spooky country.
Oh, yes. So the band is, Alabama Ghost Country is
Love
their
it. official
genre. They got a singing saw that sounds real spooky.
Are you a Handsome Family fan?
A what?
Handsome Family?
Oh, like a Bop?
Well, no, that's Hanson.
Oh, okay.
They did the theme song for the first season of True Detective, but they're also like a spooky country band.
Oh, no
it's like
shit.
a husband-wife duo. Any band that has like a singer who has like the low voice, like, as a baritone man, I'm always invested in like low singers being celebrated.
Lost Bayou Ramblers.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Some good old
The
haunted Zydeco.
Anybody who has the vocal range to sing El Paso.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Jamie's a friend. Kat, his wife, singing saw player, mandolin player. She's a friend as well. So
I learned of them through you. Good ass band.
They're really great, and they got the records, the titles right there. Ghost Dance, pick up Ghost Dance. Their record on K Records from 2007.
Oh, they're on K Records.
Yeah,
like K Records.
They had 2 records on K.
That's cool as shit.
To Win or to Lose and Ghost Dance.
What a
the
fucking like flex.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And that record's perfect, and it's got some spooky songs, but also it's got some nice old time tunes as well.
I feel like I don't listen to a ton of like spooky music that isn't like instrumental music designed for that, like a goblin or a spooky DJ or something.
Yeah. The Haints started in Auburn, and they're all from the Shoals, but they were, I think, going to school there in the late 90s. And there's another band that's also great that you can find on Spotify. Jamie's original band that he did with his brother called The Wednesdays, not to be confused with Wednesday, who is also fucking amazing. But The Wednesdays were based out of Auburn. They're more of like a full drum set punk rock kind of band.
The Wednesdays sound like a band that is like the great opening band for whoever you're seeing.
Yeah. But they kick ass. Check out The Wednesdays. But Pine Hill Haints was a side project because they practiced in the graveyard, the Pine Hill Graveyard, which is right behind where my parents used to live. So actually, most of my ancestors are in the Pine Hill Graveyard. So yeah, that's the origin of that band.
Love finding like when a band, like one of the persons in a band, you have to bring up they have another almost as well-known band.
Oh yeah,
I love the band Military Gun, who just put out a new record. And Pitchfork's review of them, which was pretty good. Does a direct link to Regional Justice Center, which is their insane power violence band.
What a fucking name.
Oh, it's real good. And so I was kind of excited to see them. Like, I'm glad they're giving my boys some love, but also I'm glad that Regional Justice Center is getting seen by a lot of humans because they're fucking awesome.
Jamie's other band, and also seasonally appropriate, Rise Up Howlin' Werewolf.
Ooh, hell yeah.
Yeah, give them a listen. They're a little more hardcore than the Haints, which are, I feel like I always kind of they remind me of like Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros a little bit. It's
I'm sold then.
That natural progression where punk rock guys either go metal or go country. That's my goods from the week. My goods for all time, frankly. I love the Pine Hill Haints, and I think you will too.
I for a while really made fun of a generation of punk rock guys that the country music career was their punk rock retirement plan.
Yeah.
It's like, people don't think I rock too hard. I'm gonna button up my shirt and sound real earnest now.
Yeah. Well, and I always say it's like with the nature of punk rock being in and of itself a kind of a return to basics.
Yes.
Right, as part of its ethos. It's like if you just take that the next step further, you're like, all right, well, country music, they call it 3 chords and the truth, right? So
it's why folk punk, before it sort of like emulated, seemed like such an amazing thing, because it was just this like melting of two such like reductive things into this sort of just like simple, like here is the message, here is the feeling kind of thing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's goods from the week. Woo!
Well, what is a hate? Well, don't ask me. Go out to the hills, ask the old oak tree. Well, he loved her and he held her. Love like died away. Now he walks these hills and lonely trails. No rest till judgment.
Folks, it's time for a ding, ding, ding heavyweight championship throwdown with novelty soda because it is a
late
night.
at night.
I got something caffeine
I was
free.
genuinely concerned.
I think about people.
Look, producer to producer, game recognizes game.
Absolutely. So not only is it not an energy drink, it's caffeine free, but it is seasonally appropriate.
I'm still excited. Love a fun bev.
Oh, it's going to be fun. Kyle, tell the folks what we've got.
Okay, we have got Chucky Punch flavored Fanta.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
so
right.
Fruit punch flavored soda featuring the energy of Charles Chucky Lee Ray.
Does he have a name?
Charles Lee Ray.
I did not know that.
Oh, yes.
Oh shit. Yeah. So we've got the Chucky Fanta, and we've talked.
Chucky's really having a moment in the last couple of years.
Has there been a new movie?
There was
though?
a show. So
a
what
show.
happened is
Okay.
that the Child's Play I'll explain this as you open the soda.
Hold on. Let's get this crack. Flip. It's a bottle, folks.
There we go.
Not as dramatic.
Okay, it's not bad.
got a
Not
little
bad.
bit.
I'll take some Foley.
Yeah.
So the Child's Play franchise is very strange. I'm pretty excited for this.
Yeah.
I don't mind a fruit punch.
Is that? Oh yeah, it's a Chucky Punch. Here you go, Kyle.
Thank you.
That.
All right.
Yeah, because I have seen the original Child's Play, and I was 13 years old in 1999, so naturally I saw Bride of Chucky.
Oh, there you go.
But that's really my my main experiences
Ooh, that's
with
legit
with Chucky.
like solid. It also just tastes like Fanta.
Cheers! Oh boy.
That actually goes very well with the pizza we had downstairs.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
This is some real. Our soccer team has done all right this year.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a good.
Oh, I like this.
Good sleepover vibes over here,
Oh,
folks.
absolutely. This would be the bell of a Mormon wedding.
Damn. Yeah, that's all right. But yeah, I've ever. So please tell me why it's weird.
So it is created by it's one of those things. It's like created by a duo who eventually split. So you had the first run of Child's Play movies, 1 through 3, and then you have Bride and Seed that are these kind of unhinged. Like they make one, and you're like, oh, this is like legit funny and insane. Like let's embrace this. And then they go to Seed, and like, whoa, we just went fully buck wild. And what's great is like one of the writers of the Chucky franchise is queer. Mm-hmm. And so when you watch, especially Bride of Chucky and especially Seed of Chucky, you're just like, this feels like this was written by some sort of sassy goth gay man. And it turns out it was.
Not Ryan Murphy?
No. And so then it sort of hits this thing of like, it's hard to get stuff made. And basically like it's the Jason problem where like one group owns the title and one owns the character.
Oh, so
Child's Play is owned by one thing as like a killer doll franchise, but then Chucky as like a character from those things is different. And
someone owns the dead and someone owns the living dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the company or whoever it is who owns Child's Play did that shitty Aubrey Plaza Mark Hamill movie in like 2019.
That's the one I didn't see it, but I do remember.
It's floating around streaming somewhere now, and I think I'm thinking of watching it just out of some sick horror completist thing of being kind of because it's like it's not a horrible idea. It's not even like poorly like cast or put together. It just seems like a real like I don't know if this is made better by you spackling like this brand name on it.
Right.
And I am also not always the person who's like, well, you put Mark Hamill's voice in it, so it's good.
Is he the doll?
He is the doll.
Oh, okay,
and
right on.
guess what? He does his voice.
Yeah.
The voice he does in all cartoons.
Right. Okay.
Guess what, Andy? Now it's going to be you and me forever.
Then separately, you have the people working on the Chucky piece, and they made another like Child's Play movie called Cult of Chucky, which is fine. It's sort of a low budget, like Netflix-ish movie. And then you end up with this Chucky series that I have not watched. Dear friend Joe Kay has watched pieces of, and we've discussed.
Okay.
But by the third season, I believe Chucky is president of the United States.
Oh, fantastic!
Like it's insane. Like
this
it's
Netflix.
It was a three season show that I think went on Peacock or no USA. That's what it was, maybe.
Oh, so that'd be Peacock.
And so
Okay.
it's like absolutely unhinged, and it's still same voice, all the things like the Chucky that you love is there, and it's been weird because like 2 years ago at Halloween Horror Nights, they had a Chucky themed maze. And walking over to that maze, which was the most popular of the entire event, and there's like a Chucky up above the thing doing crowd work. And like Chucky is being greeted like former presidents used to. There's like a love and a pride at this guy as the people of Los Angeles just chortle at him, call him all gay. Like it's a beautiful thing.
Damn. I'd love to be the person running the robot. I think that'd be fun.
Always.
Yeah, there's the guy from Coco, the big mariachi singer guy. I keep seeing TikTok clips from Disneyland where he's just roasting people.
Oh, that rips.
Yeah, they've got him up on stage and he's just
Disney started to figure out versions of their like, well, what can we do that's not scary but is like something.
Right.
And then it was funny because they did the bad guy from Princess and the Frog, and they're like, this is too scary. We have to back up.
But what are we giving that? I don't know.
I'm gonna give it a 7.
A 7 out of 5.
Oh, sorry. Okay, a 3.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
Because it's not unpleasant, but I don't know if I'm gonna go buy one.
Right.
Because like there is a tier of soda that like the one I always think of is the Sprite Cranberry.
Oh yeah,
it's one of those things like when that hits, I will just drink that almost exclusively for a month.
Yeah,
and then I'll miss it the rest of the year. Like I do a regional beverage can be fun, like or seasonal. And like if this was seasonal, maybe I'd fuck with it.
I think it is. I think it's because I got it.
It's just red Fanta.
Yeah, I got it at the beginning of the month.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think it's if I'm not mistaken, they might have either a Freddy one or a Jason one or a Michael Myers one of some kinds. So I think there's others in the series, but the Chucky one is the one that I found at Ralph's.
I'm curious which one is grape. I feel like Jason. I don't have any science to support that, but it feels right.
Yeah. Or Jason might be blue because of the lake that he lives in. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's Fanta. And if anybody wants to hear, because normally I'll do a
history of Fanta
deep dive on that, but we did that on the Maria Bamford episode, and Fanta is
evil.
Yeah. Well, it starts off as basically Coca-Cola after waiting until Pearl Harbor to stop selling Coca-Cola to Germany.
Yeah.
Then they started making their own and they called it Fanta. So much like the Mercedes and the Volkswagen, Fanta has its origins in Nazi Germany, folks. But apparently they made it out of like apple scraps and shit. So, it's
pronounced apple scraps.
Yeah. That's apple.
Apple scraps.
Apple scraps.
We can make fun of them because they were the Nazis.
It's All Hallows Eve, folks, our favorite time of year, and this is time to get into Ghosts and Monsters 6. Last time, we had our Invisible Man guest here when we talked about the ghosts of Kansas City, Missouri, and its sister city across the river, Kansas City, Kansas. Just to catch people up, we talked about the Deer Lady.
Oh, yeah.
Deer Lady is just what it sounds like, a woman with a deer's head who goes into the woods and stomps out men who are cheating on their wives in the woods.
This feels like there should be a Shudder movie that was made for $80.
Oh, it seems like there had to have been, right? This is a natural follow-up to lots of stuff you could make out of this. We also talked about Sinkhole Sam, which is a gigantic man-eating snake that lives in a hole.
I'm still terrified of this, no matter how dumb it sounds.
Yeah.
My fear of snakes is such that I'm like, we can't risk this.
Yeah.
This is not the time we'll be wrong.
Yeah. It's supposedly the size of a bus, and you're like, okay.
Real worst case scenario, unless we learn to ride them.
I love the winged demon of Kansas City, which is just a pterodactyl. That would be dope.
It also makes me think that, like, what if pterodactyls are just in hell? Just all pterodactyls went to hell.
I mean, they're scary.
Christian God existed for the dinosaurs, and the dinosaurs were judged accordingly.
And then we mentioned the ghosts at the Hotel Savoy. This particular ghost, according to legend, was the manager of the restaurant in the hotel, and he was stabbed by all the dishwashers. So it's like, it's like a Julius Caesar.
To Jose.
Yeah. Julius Caesar salad is up. Yeah, that's the stuff that we covered. But I've got a lot more from Kansas City coming up. But right now, we're gonna go across the Missouri River into the state of Kansas because hell yeah. Dust in the wind. So the Sunflower State is fun. Have you been to Kansas before?
I have not. It's one of the ones I've done, I think 38 out of 50 at this point.
Oh, wow.
And the Midwest and the Upper South are kind of the two areas that I'm still chasing.
Gotcha. So I've been a couple of times. I had a good friend, my friend Ducky, shout out to Ducky, lived in Lawrence. Ooh. And anytime I was making that cross-country trip, it was always a real nice little, waypoint before you take on the horror that is driving across western Kansas, because eastern Kansas is like, normal kind of Midwest sort of vibe. Western Kansas, as my friend Johnny Mose said, is like being in the middle of the ocean, but it's wheat. Like that's really, and it's people who've driven across, people who live there will back me up on that. Not an exaggeration to say, like when you're on Interstate 70, there is fucking nothing, and it's just wheat as far as you can see.
Crazy.
So you'll pass by towns like Wheatfield. You're like, damn, how'd they get that name? But yeah, I really enjoyed Lawrence. Lawrence is home to the University of Kansas, of course. I've talked about it often. One of the T-shirts I most regret not buying was the first time I visited Lawrence. They had a T-shirt store that I'm told is now closed, unfortunately. So the chance is gone. But they had a shirt with an outline of the state of Kansas, and it said "Kansas protecting America from Missouri since 1850." And so I was like, damn, I should have bought that. It's fucking hilarious. But, as far as real life monsters, Kansas is, of course, home to BTK killer Dennis Rader, Perry Smith, and Richard Hickok, the murderers who are the center of Truman Capote's book In Cold Blood.
Oh, shit.
Who committed the 1959 murders of the Clutter family in Holcomb, Kansas. Then there's one I'd never heard of, but is really fucking crazy. The Bloody Benders. Have you heard of them?
I feel like I know this name, and I'm trying. It might have been a last podcast.
So this is an entire family of serial killers in Labatt County in the 1870s. They ran a general store and an inn. They are H.H. Holmes way before H.H. Holmes happened.
They're murking people at the inn.
Yeah, and robbing them. So they would.
Sad when it becomes about petty theft.
I know.
At least be mentally ill.
Yeah, that's the thing. It does appear to just be purely greed driven.
I somehow find more issue when you add capitalism to it.
They ran the general store and the inn along the Osage Trail. So people who were coming through, migrating to the west, would stop in, and supposedly they would have one of the Bloody Benders would hide behind a curtain, and they would feed him dinner, and then they would hit him with a hammer, drop them through a trap door, and then cut their throat and rob them. And I was like, wouldn't the hammer just do it? Like, why do you have to have the trap door and the throat slicing?
Whereas I'm still in the but why did you go you made the meal? What are you doing with all that food?
Right. Yeah. Fake them out.
Like, if you made mashed potatoes, then kill the person, like, you're just wasting mashed potatoes.
That's why you give them just a little bit.
Yeah, the portions are bad because you'll be killed.
Yeah. Keep the main part of the meal, from the blood spray. But yeah, they drop them down. That's like the whole thing. And
killers love the idea of a shoot. Do you think they hate taking bodies downstairs? Like, you take a body downstairs once, you're like, never again. We're building the shoot.
It's got to be awkward. They got to have somewhere to.
All I ever think, like, I was ruminating on the Jinx recently because somebody mentioned it, and I was like, I remember when that was a thing.
Well, you're caught.
I just think about the idea of sawing the bodies up and putting them into trash bags. I get tired putting a folding chair in my trunk, and it's all pretty manageable.
Yeah. No, I think about the moment that he starts throwing the bags in and they start popping up, and he's just like, well, I gotta go.
Oh, shit.
Whoa. I didn't plan for that. Also, the crazy part is, by the time their crime was discovered, they vanished. They never found the Bloody Benders.
Wait, really?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they gone. There's a couple of people that claim to have shot various members of the family over the years. None of that confirmed. So
that feels like one that there's got to be a real good dad-style true crime book about.
Probably. I would hope so. Also, they buried all of their victims in an apple orchard, which is, I'm telling you, this is a movie. We're painting pictures here. It's right there. Yeah, so that's the real monsters of Kansas.
Write them into Yellowstone. This is like a Dexter arc.
Dude. Yeah, hell yeah. Or what aren't they? Let's make an earlier one. 1870.
1870 or whatever. Yeah, it's Harrison Ford versus a family of serial killing robbers. Actually, we did just get rich off of this. What we described as just what America wants to see.
Fuck yeah. So those are the real monsters, but let's get into some fun ones. These are the cryptids of Kansas. First up, we mentioned Lawrence on the eastern side of the state, home to the University of Kansas Jayhawks. Rock chalk, everybody. Clinton State Park. So someone on Reddit said that they were at a summer day camp there.
Okay. I'm familiar.
And the camp leader told the kids about Clinty, a half catfish, half alligator lake monster.
All right. Everybody pull aside. As somebody who is, in fact, has this job currently.
Yeah.
He's making shit up to freak kids out because he's bored.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That's as somebody who has done this.
I just liked Clinty, but not nearly as much as his other creation. So Clinty is like, stay away from the water, don't get in trouble down by the water. Don't be running on the dock. But just in case you get out of line in your cabin, we've got a free roaming monster in this state park, supposedly called the Cactagon, a cactus that walks around at night.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, dude.
I love this guy.
He's got to have a cowboy hat on.
He does.
Yeah.
And does he want to be my mascot? Does he want to... Look, I'm down to do a doubles act if my other half is a non-talking cowboy sentient cactus.
It's perfect. And I don't even think they have any fucking cactuses in
I own Western
Kansas.
shirts. Let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely. We can make this happen.
This feels like something that would have been on like 60s TV.
Yeah. I feel like I've seen those. Don't people have those as like, on the dashboard?
On the dashboard.
Yeah.
I also think of like cactars in the Final Fantasy games where you would fight these sassy cactuses.
That's probably where this guy got it, I assume. And then the other one I got here, Olpe, Kansas, Olpe Lake. In 2021, a family on a fishing trip reported being visited by a weird lady in a canoe. And then after she left, they saw a massive bipedal cow monster. So
how weird is the canoe lady that she makes the cut when you saw the monster after?
That was the thing. I read this on. So the name of the monster, by the way, is referred to as Bullsquatch, which is just
money.
It also, speaking of the Wild West, just sounds like, oh hell, Bullsquatch.
That's the Bullsquatch right there.
Yeah.
I might be using Bullsquatch from now on.
It's good because it's not technically, not technically a cuss word.
Bunch of Bullsquatch right there.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bulls. We used to say bullsheesh. That's bullsheesh. That's how we would do it at school to get away with it. But yeah, they had this entire post that this person wrote out about Bullsquatch, and they spent an entire paragraph talking about the weird lady that came up to them in a canoe, and then there was the monster. I was like, you could cut that whole thing, but I thought it was funny to include it.
It's like in the book Salem's Lot, where it spends a while pretending it's a ghost story before it reveals the vampire thing you knew it was going to be the whole time.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, after the weird lady left, they saw a bipedal cow monster. They ran away, and the dad looked it up and decided that it had to have been a minotaur from Greek mythology. The locals now call him Bullsquatch.
The idea of a Kansas minotaur is pretty sick.
The thing with Kansas is like, the amount of, because one of the things that you really need to sustain a cryptid legend for a long time is the cover of woods or mountains to be able to obscure oneself, which in Kansas is fucking not possible because they don't have any mountains.
What if they're wheat colored?
Right. Yeah. So that's why Children of the Corn is like one of the few things you can do out there is have like devil worship people. And there's definitely a lot of those types of stories in this, but yeah, that was the thing that occurred to me. I was like, it's kind of hard because they do have supposed like Bigfoots and stuff like that, but you're like, where's he gonna hide? But Kansas also has at least one very big extraterrestrial.
Because I was before I interpreted that's where we were going with this. Because my other question was like, if this is all wheat, this has got to be crop circle country.
Oh yeah. We got lots of UFO sightings in Kansas and in Missouri as well. But the big one. Didn't they have a video game called like Destroy All Humans?
They sure did.
Which had that kind of like mid-century modern aesthetic where you're just like, man, it unfortunately, I think the time is over, but you need someone like Tim Burton, something like that kind of Mars Attacks sort of vibe to it. But there's so many funny movies to be made or even remade from bad movies from the 50s.
Yeah.
Where it is just like something crazy happens to a town like that.
The fact that like, there's a lot of stuff. The fact that the two I always think of is like a fact that the 50-foot woman not getting remade constantly feels like somebody in Hollywood is fucking up.
Yeah.
Because just the grounds of which you could make a feminist tinged story with science fiction, and it feels kind of unfathomable.
Absolutely.
And then similar to that, like, feels like we're right in time for like an invasion of the body snatchers or something, the like thing kind of like social paranoia, because we live in just the real version of that now where you don't know if you're talking to someone who is a danger to you or not.
Absolutely. So November 2nd, 1971, 16-year-old Ronnie Johnson reported a landing by a large glowing mushroom-shaped craft on his family's farm. The event left a circular luminous ring on the grounds, and the soil from this landing ring was found to be hydrophobic and contained peculiar white particles. And UFO researchers actually took samples, and the National Enquirer awarded the family $5,000 for having the most valuable scientific evidence of an alien visitation in 1972.
God, I miss the 70s.
And the site was later plowed over to deter curiosity seekers. Even decades later, the Delphos case is still cited in UFO lore as one of the most compelling examples of physical trace evidence left by alleged close encounters.
Where's the material now?
Probably some weirdo at MUFON has it, I guess.
MUFON.
Yeah.
Do that garage.
Yeah. So I saw pictures. You can find pictures on the internet of the ring and stuff like that. And you're like, well, you know.
When they said mushroom shaped, you also were like, the ship looked like a dick.
Oh, yeah.
Like
yeah,
this was a real end of Austin Powers moment.
Yeah, for sure. There's actually there's one in Missouri that we'll get to that also has
called the space dick.
It has another mushroom shaped craft. That one's even funnier. But let's go down into the ghosts.
Ooh, the Ghosts of Kansas feels like a real civil rights court movie.
Oh yeah, exactly. Brown versus Board, Topeka. Yeah, absolutely. And John Brown. Hell, yeah. I was surprised there was no John Brown stuff. I was like, man, he killed a fucking lot of people in Kansas. But
do you follow Ghost of John Brown?
Is that a
social media thing?
No. What is that?
If you really want strongly worded statements about fascism to feel good about yourself when you're doom scrolling,
gotcha.
You could do worse.
Okay, but yeah, as far as ghosts goes, here's just my cursory list, and of course we are, as always, sourcing this from one of the greatest websites of all time that I still, every year we do this, I can't believe it's still there, but it's there, theshadowlands.net.
It's still going.
Fuck yeah. In all of its Web 1.0 glory, it's got red background, yellow font.
Listener,
it's hard to read.
Never gone.
Yeah.
I cannot stress enough that this will be gone one day.
Yeah.
And you will regret. Now, don't be like me and seeing Motorhead. Don't think it'll be another chance. Like, you gotta go.
I'm convinced now that the people who run this website were like the people who started the internet, so they're just there forever.
I imagine it's like one of those, like, there's just truth on this website, and if they delete it, they have to deal with it, but if it can live on there, it counts as like the information being released.
Yeah, it is one of those websites.
If you look long enough, the Epstein list is actually on that website if you dig deep enough.
Yeah, it's one of those websites that like Mulder would cite on a 1997 episode of X-Files, like look at you won't believe what they're saying on the internet, Scully, that kind of thing. So just running down, and man, Shadowlands had a bunch of stuff on Kansas, but just a little cursory glance here. So as far as ghosts goes, Kansas has 2 headless lady ghosts, one in Dumas and one in Kansas City. They have 2 headless horsemen. One in Cleaver and one in Cape Girardeau.
Like a spooky arc.
Yeah. I don't know why you'd need 2, but they also have a headless cobbler in Ava. No reports on whether or not it's Adam Sandler. But yeah.
I forgot about the cobbler.
Oh, how could you forget about the cobbler? Adam Sandler's crowning achievement.
Well, but it's funny because there's so many times where we've been like, this is the worst decision Adam Sandler has made. Then each time those sort of seem sort of not so bad comparatively.
Right.
Remember when Jack and Jill was the worst thing we could think of happening in cinema? And now you watch and go like, this is better than a lot of comedies we like now.
Yeah, that's true. They have 4 haunted pizza places.
Yeah.
One in Knoll, one in St. Joseph, one in Lexina, and then there's the big one, of course, Pizza Hut, which started in Wichita, Kansas.
Is the original one haunted?
So no, but the one in Mulvane, right nearby.
Ooh, okay.
So late at night, somebody prepares pizza crust, and it has been said that when the store is opening in the mornings, the music is playing very loud, and one table will have somebody having eaten a full course meal there, despite no one being in the restaurant.
I kind of like that. They either have a fancy hobo.
Yeah. Well, there was one that they were talking about, one of the Pizza Huts, because there was another haunted one where they said that it was like every night the manager sets up the tables and then goes in the office to smoke, and when he comes out, the tables have been taken back down or something. I was like, I assume he's in there to count the money, but it's just funnier to be like,
all right, time to go smoke.
Safety meeting. Yeah. So that's a little overview. Let's get into some specifics here. Over in Towanda, Kansas, Wilbur's Grocery. So it is said that this grocery store used to be a home for wayward women and truckers used to sleep in the basement of the building. And this is one of the oldest buildings in Towanda. Many of the women that worked in the grocery store have said to see potato chips moving on their own and the smell of fresh coffee when no one was making any.
This sounds like a delightful haunting.
One lady said the ghost always plays with her hair. I was
right,
like, oh, okay, this is a creep. Yeah. I don't know.
Although, again, I still think we got a nice like reversion of this where it's like a lady works at a store and then falls in love with a ghost.
Right. Yeah. I just like the specificity of like, it's just the potato chips moving. We got a whole fucking grocery store, but it's just the potato chips.
When the apples start moving, let me know.
Yeah. So this is also...
Yeah, potato chips fly around all the time. Like, there's some manager who just has science that is not accepted.
Yeah. That's the thing she does. Don't worry about it. This place is called Lecompton, Kansas, but it's just outside of Lawrence, and this is the Stuhl Cemetery. This cemetery is located right next to an abandoned church and is believed to be extremely haunted. Witnesses have claimed to have been grabbed here by unseen hands or suffered from memory loss or other maladies. Also, the devil is rumored to visit here twice a year.
Okay, for reasons?
So supposedly on Halloween and the spring equinox. The cemetery is only one of 2 places on Earth where Satan appears in person regularly.
Ooh. They got a hellmouth.
They never said where the other one is.
Which does make me wonder, I can't imagine it's in America. If you're going to have 2 hellmouths and only 2.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking just North American hellmouths. Although I'd really probably put one in Canada.
Yeah, Canada.
Maybe. I'm going to throw this out. Ottawa feels like the province where you would put
there we go.
A hellmouth.
Yeah.
Get at me, Ottawans.
Yeah, or Alberta.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Yeah. The devil has a child with a local witch here.
Nice.
So that's why he's coming back, is visitation.
He's got to see the kid.
Yeah. It's twice a year, He's not a good dad.
Celebrity dad. He's pretty negligent.
Yeah. The cemetery is also the site of the final confrontation between Lucifer and Michael in Swan Song, the season 5 finale of the television series Supernatural. Shout out to Richard Eden.
Hey, have you been on that?
I have. They had me on for a wrestling episode.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is the most effective I have anchor babied myself onto a show that's not my own.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, first of all, go watch Ghostfacers, the Supernatural rewatch with 2 Canadian guys.
That's right. Shout out to Reed.
Every time you see a season premiere, you're going to see this guy on it because I am only watching the season's premiere of Supernatural.
I had never seen the show, and they had me on for an episode that was about wrestling, so they had to fill me in with what the fuck was actually happening in the episode.
My first episode was the season premiere of season 2.
Oh, perfect.
Only because I couldn't wedge myself into the first episode of their podcast.
But yeah, that show, I guess the people who wrote the show are from Kansas.
That tracks.
So they had the big showdown with the devil.
It's a very Midwest show. Like there's a lot of Midwest towns you wander into, and then everybody drinks drain cleaner for some reason.
My favorite things I read, and this is again from the website, I'm sure these are true. During a trip to Colorado in the 90s, Pope John Paul II redirected the flight path of his jet to avoid flying over the unholy ground of Stuhl Cemetery.
That's a good story.
Yeah, it's amazing. But also, you're just like,
the local youths here have a real gift for storytelling.
Oh yeah. And then my favorite, and this makes no goddamn sense considering which band they're talking about. The British band The Cure canceled their show in Kansas because of Stuhl Cemetery and connection to the devil.
Although I will say The Cure, not a devil band.
Yeah, but like they're spooky,
yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, so neither of those are true, I don't think.
No,
but
I love that Pope going around again feels like a really great like moment in like an Exorcist style movie.
Yeah,
where they're just like you just cut to the plane and the Pope's like, "Hey pilots, you got to go."
So we mentioned Alma, Alma Cemetery. This one is said to be haunted by orbs and mist, and they have a thing called the Devil's Chair.
A lot of devil.
Oh yeah. Like I said, you almost have to have something that can just appear in a ball of fire in Kansas, right? It's because there's nowhere for other monsters to hide.
That is true. They've got out of nowhere or nothing.
Yeah. So the Devil's Chair is actually an old well. Some people say that those who sit in the chair will be cursed by the ghost of an evil farmer who was shoved into the well because he refused to sell his land to the city for the cemetery.
Huh.
So I like the town is trying to build a cemetery on this guy's land and he won't let him.
Kill him.
So they killed him. And I was like, yes, because that means, according to property law, the property would then redound to the murderers and not next of kin. Like that.
Well, what if they're all dead too?
I mean, it's a good point. Maybe it becomes public lands. Manhattan, Kansas is, of course, the home of Kansas State University and the Pi Kappa Phi fraternity house. The ghost of a former fraternity brother named Duncan lingers here after he died during a hazing incident. Some stories say that when chicken nuggets are eaten inside the house, disembodied screams can be heard.
What did they do with those nuggets to him?
I don't know, but I love the idea of just and then hearing them.
The second episode of Petey's Eaties, the sketch show I wrote, ends with talking about a Mexican restaurant with 1,000 dead souls inside, and it just cuts to Chris and Strada inside of a Mexican restaurant going like, the food is so good you barely notice the screaming.
Fuck yeah. Are those still online?
Yeah, Petey's Eaties is still out there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was at one of those.
It's I recently rewatched a couple of those things because I'd been talking to somebody about how I used to make stuff, and it was funny because I watched that, and I also watched the second pool cleaners,
pool detectives,
where you are Buzz P. Burke P.
Oh, that's right.
The maybe most unhinged thing I've been privy to.
Oh man, yeah, I put a picture of that up on the Discord at some point.
It's a real who's who too when you watch it now of people who were just not famous enough to say yes.
That's right. Got another one from Kansas State University, and this is so goddamn funny. The Purple Mask Theater at Kansas State University.
Good name.
And so right nearby the theater, there is the stadium, which was dedicated in the early 1920s in remembrance of students and graduates who died in World War I. A football player named Nick was killed during a game and is said to haunt the theater, stomping up and down the hallways and on the stage. He is known to unstack boxes and makes objects float, and his apparition can be seen wearing his football gear.
Love that there is just a jock torturing theater nerds for eternity.
Exactly.
This is my heaven.
That's what I wrote. I just wrote nerds. Fucking great.
That's a horror comedy too, is a group of nerds haunted by a jock bully ghost.
By a dead jock.
Like, that's pretty fucking good.
I think that's so goddamn funny.
That's the first one of these where like I've said this would be a good movie, and my brain is like, actually put that in your back pocket.
Yeah. Just a fucking jock being like, hey, you fucking losers. Just an aggro ass ghost. Oh, this is fun. Gypsum, Kansas. Love the name.
Dude.
Perfect. Oh, what are you gonna name your town after? A type of rock.
Is it nearby? No.
Yeah, no. They have
we don't have those kinds of fancy rocks here in Gypsum.
Pardon. They have a thing there called the Devil's Washboard. So back in the 50s, 7 high school kids were out raising hell and driving drunk and drove over the 3 treacherous hills that follow each other in a row, each one getting steeper and steeper. But on the last one, they actually hit the side of it, crushing their car into a very compact box. This is a true story. The town's police had the car put up on a high wooden platform on the side of the road at the exact spot where they died.
Huh.
So like they
as like a warning.
Yes, exactly. So it was a way to teach the rest of the town from making the same mistake. The thing is, don't go. This is the person editorializing on the Shadowlands. Thing is, don't go messing around and try it, even though it is a thrill ride. You will wreck or almost lose it, and it's sad. If you try, you can hear the young teenagers screaming.
Love that this is sort of somewhere between like Dead Man's Curve and a Gravity Hill.
It's have you seen One Battle After Another?
I sure have. That's all I could think of as you're
just that last scene.
Last chunk.
It's that last car chase scene. I was like, damn, that's pretty funny.
It's that whole sequence is wild just because like, you know, you do that exact drive in California so many times and it is like distinct, but like watching that movie and how they sort of shot and watching most of a car chase happen through the rear view mirror of someone else's car.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
it's amazing.
God damn it.
Yeah. Have you, I saw it I've seen it a regular and I also saw it in IMAX.
I saw it in IMAX 70.
Buddy, it was fucking rad.
I laugh. I went the weekend it opened out here. The first time me and my dear friend Daniel Gaminder, shout out, who is my go to the movies friend with. We finally, the only time we were able to get a 70 mil at the City Walk Theater, you know, that is sort of the best screen in Los Angeles. I know you are not a fan.
I don't fuck with the City Walk.
It was sold out for the 11 p.m. Monday night screening.
God damn.
It was wild to sort of be in a room with that many just like absolute dorks like myself.
I found an 11 p.m. in far south Orange County.
Oh shit.
And it was lovely. There was 4 people in there. Yeah, so the Republican part of LA, folks. So they were not super interested in that film.
When I lived in that area, what was nice though is that like if something cool came out, it would usually go and you could get to it pretty easy. Like I remember seeing like American Hardcore, like the weekend it opened in Huntington Beach with the other like 9 people who were interested in seeing this, 4 of which I knew.
Yeah. Oh, I go to stuff because if it's late at night, no traffic, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, so I fucking go to Norwalk a lot.
Oh, nice. Yeah. There's a lot of little good hidden spots in some of those spaces.
I'll go to that Porter Ranch one out by.
I love the Porter. You know, that's where they shot the Nicole Kidman.
The Nicole Kidman, exactly. I actually was in there the first time I ever saw that and had the thought of like, damn, did they do one of these for every fucking theater?
I remember being told it and I was like, oh my God, she was in the theater I'm about to watch The Forever Purge in.
I think I watched oh shit, what's the one with the lady's got the shit on the back of her head?
Malignant?
Malignant. There we go.
Hell yeah.
Sorry, spoiler for Malignant.
I wished I'd seen Malignant in theaters.
That's where I saw it.
That was a fun movie to have people really love and hate because I was just real on the love side.
I hated it as up until the thing happened.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh wait, I take it back. This is one of the greatest things I've ever seen.
It is a movie that's like you're just going, trust me,
right,
trust me. And then he's like, you didn't think I was going to ninja kill a bunch of cops, did you?
Right. It was, tremendous. Over in Chanute, Kansas.
Good one.
C&H Lanes. This is a bowling alley. I love a haunted bowling alley. This is how it's written. A woman had died there when she was bowling, and her finger got stuck in the ball, and the ball clobbered her in the head.
Oh, shit.
It's like, why are we doing silly, like a Coen Brothers death?
That's the beginning of a 6 Feet Under episode.
Yeah. It is known to be haunted. When you go there, you can hear footsteps in the girl's bathroom. The pins will knock down by themselves, and no one is around. The lights flicker when she's mad.
This has got some real like creepypasta energy to this entry. Like this feels like sort of Web 1.0 going like, but what if 12-year-olds wrote the whole scary story?
Yeah, exactly. I was just like thinking of like how that's even like.
I've done numerous stupid and embarrassing things while bowling.
Yeah.
I have accidentally thrown the ball backwards towards the people.
Okay.
I have accidentally pulled myself slightly forward with it. I am again a series of Jerry Lewis style pratfalls as a person. Never swung it into my face.
Yeah,
and I do feel like if that had been possible, I would have done it by now.
It's just like, when I was reading this, I was just sitting here just with my arm just being like, is there any way that could happen?
I guess if you really if centrifugal force and you flicked your wrist, maybe it could come back if you hit that point in the arc.
Yeah.
But you're really having to bend an elbow at a brutal time there.
Right. Also in Chanute, my favorite thing of all time, the Walmart ghost.
Oh, here we go.
So Walmart Supercenter, and the explanation of why this ghost is here is fucking perfect. So when they changed the Walmart in Chanute to a Walmart Supercenter in 1996, the ghost of a man who died in the parking lot was mad. Now he haunts the Walmart Supercenter.
Yeah, give him hell, ghost.
He is known to play in the toy aisle when he's happy, but when he's mad, everything gets cold and the power goes out. Stuff gets lost.
Not just winter.
And only children can see him, and when they follow him, they don't come back.
Oh, man. So you got to get kids on leashes to help you find him, like truffle dogs.
Right. But I like the reason he's haunting this place is because he died in the parking lot when it was a regular Walmart, but when they upgraded...
When they added groceries, he was like, this simply shall not do.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like, I was already fucking pissed about the optometry center.
Yeah.
Let alone adding fresh produce and a meat counter.
You could change your tires here, too.
What are we going to do? We had a garden center. I guess we just don't garden anymore because now you've got to have breakfast cereal.
This one is Garden City. So Brocken Home Apartments. Love that.
That's a Simpsons show.
It's so close. I love it. Yeah, Brocken Home Apartments. This is what it says. There are some very old apartments which were closed for disclosed reasons. I'm like, well,
closed for disclosed.
What were they? They say some believe, and this is so fucking crazy, and it is a perfect example of a Brocken home. Some believe a boy had a jealous uncle. The uncle was mad because the boy's brother stole his girlfriend.
Ooh.
The uncle told the boy that he was going to kill the older brother and his girlfriend. The boy tried to tell the police, but they wouldn't listen. And later he went up to the apartments and found his parents dead.
Ooh.
I was like, What's the beef with the uncle and the parents? This is about the brother and the girlfriend. They say, and since no one would listen, he broke out some of the stairs and hid under them so he would be safe from his uncle. And you can still see him looking out the windows for his uncle. No one knows what happened to the boy. I was like, can you see him or not? Because if you could see him,
he died in the stairs.
Right. But if you can see him, you know what happened to him. He's inside. They didn't say he died. It just says you see him and then no one knows what happened to him. Oh, we got the Topeka, Kansas Moose Lodge. So shout out to the Burbank Moose Lodge. Yeah. 3 ghosts have tied themselves to this building. The most famous of that being a police officer shot by a burglar he surprised on the roof. The other 2 are inexplicably tied to an armchair in the ladies' room and love seat in the hall of the lodge. It has been reported that a custodian cleaning the ladies' room there set a trash bag on an armchair only to see it fly across the room.
Haunting.
And when it says they're tied to it, I was like, does that mean they're like actually like tied to it, or they are associated with it?
In that shit? Did somebody die tying themselves to the couch in a women's bathroom?
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't specify.
Is the ghost of Russell whatever from Stillwater taking acid in Topeka, Kansas one of the ghost stories?
Oh yeah, there we go. I'm a golden god. Oh,
that's in Topeka.
That is in Topeka.
Because he takes that drink and then goes Topeka.
Check it out, please. Don't give him any more acid. Thank you.
Last one here for Kansas. Dorothy Thomas School of Dance in Topeka as well. Dorothy started the school in 1942 and passed away in 1988, and all of this started then. The lights go on and off by themselves. An old broken down piano plays Sweet Georgia Brown, and there have been what sound like 150 people tap dancing at 3 a.m.
This is just a ghost I want to meet. This just sounds great.
I love that so much.
That's a scene that should have been in Sinners.
Yeah.
That's the one song missing in all of this was Sweet Georgia Brown.
Yes, yeah, whistling the Harlem Globetrotters theme. But I like the specificity of there's 150 tap dancers at 3 a.m. And it sounds like this is not like a big place. I was like, was she ever teaching 150 people at the same time to where this would even make any kind of logical sense? But yeah.
150 tap dancers at 3 a.m. also sounds like a lyric from some bullshit band I'd like.
Oh, I was going to say Bob Dylan.
Okay, I was thinking Geese.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
They have a similar approach to their word bullshittery.
But yeah, that's the ghosts of Kansas. And now, moving back across the Missouri River into the Show Me State. Have you been to Missouri as well?
I have not. Missouri is truly one of those states I know criminally nothing about.
Shout out to our friend Jed from the Brothers Band out of Springfield. He's a Missouri guy. And Wes Van Horn lived in Kansas City for many years.
Oh.
Yeah, so I've got some connections there. I've been through quite a bit of the state. I made it a point to go to New Madrid, which is where they believe the largest earthquake in the entire history of the East Coast.
Oh, whoa.
Back in, I think, early 1800s, I think 1811, if I'm not mistaken. And it was such a big earthquake that the Mississippi River ran backwards for a week.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and the New Madrid fault line is right there in New Madrid, Missouri, which is also close to the town of Festus, which I always thought was a great name.
Festus? With a TH?
No, F-E-S-T.
Oh, Festus.
Festus.
Okay, Festus, New Jersey. Or Missouri.
Missouri. F-E-S-T-U-S. Festus, which I believe is where Luke Gallows got his wrestling character, Festus. He was a guy who would only fight when the bell rang, and he was just like this big guy, and he would have his tongue hanging out, like, and then the bell would ring and he would turn into a rage monster.
I feel like I've seen this guy. I feel like either you or Mr. Goodnight has put this in front of me as a thing.
It was amazing. And then it was revealed later when he joined CM Punk's Straight Edge Society that he'd had a massive pill problem, and that's why he acted like that.
Okay.
So that's how they covered their ass on that one. Like CM Punk had to be like, you might know him as Festus, but I knew him as a man with a problem, and we got him help, and now he doesn't do that.
I'm glad that CM Punk was able to take all of the fun out of a situation and instead make it something joyless and shitty.
Well, no,
not to put all my cards down about how I think about my least favorite wrestler.
Well, they got the guy that Jesse, the guy he was wrestling with. He was I think he was out at that point, so they had to find something to do with old Luke Gallows.
You go hang out with the joyless joyless asshole guy.
Yeah.
Don't worry, he'll be condescending.
So the cryptids of Missouri. Now Missouri's got the Ozark Mountains. It's got a lot more
Okay,
cover.
so that's where the
The
so
Ozarks
was
is-
this like a big moonshine running state?
Fuck,
then? Okay,
oh,
that's okay.
hell yeah.
That's giving me, because some of it is like Missouri's one of those states where I kind of can't see the geography in my head. So knowing that it's like here's the holler and like this is where you're at, that's Missouri makes a bunch of sense.
Just know that it's like the birthplace of the Civil War, essentially, right? Bleeding Kansas happens, the border scuffles between Kansas and Missouri. All that stuff is happening there. Missouri, for those listening, especially abroad that might not know, Missouri is where the South meets the Midwest and the West to a certain extent, which is why in the city of St. Louis, they have the big arch. That's the archway to the West. It's a representation of the Louisiana Purchase of 1803 and all that stuff. So it's the gateway to the West is what they call it. But it is several different kind of geographies coming together in one spot. With a lot of like flat Kansas-y wheat fields over on the west side, and then a lot of woods and mountains on
so
the east side.
Ozarks. Okay.
Yeah, so the Ozarks cover Arkansas, the kind of northern part of Arkansas, southern part of
And
Missouri.
for those abroad, the Ozarks are forests designed to move drugs through.
That's right. Yeah. Check out the show Ozark. And
Nature designed these forests so that you could get the pills right through them.
That's right. Yeah. Check out Winter's Bone if you've never seen that one. That's a fucking Cracker Jack.
Literally, it's sort of a like grown up genre of like entertainment is like Ozark based crime.
Yeah. Because it's like the Appalachian Mountains are played out. Let's do the one people don't know about. But yeah, so in the Ozarks, we've got, first of all, the Beeman monster, supposedly a either 10 to 20 foot tall ape.
That's a range.
I was like, how big is this fucking thing? It's an ape and a wolf hybrid. And the story goes that a circus train crashed in 1900. All of the animals were found except for one, a 12-foot tall gorilla. And it's like the only animal we couldn't find was a gorilla that's never been that big.
The only thing we lost was Mighty Joe Young.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gorillas grow to be like 5 feet at the most. So yeah, they lost a 12-foot tall gorilla. The gorilla spent years roaming the forests and presumably having sex with wolves. And in the 1950s, and in the 1950s, people in the town of Beeman were looking for the monster after what the Columbia Daily News described him as a commotion in a cornfield. Beeman native Russell Holman said, quote, "People out there with all kinds of shotguns looking for it." So my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Mass hysteria in the 50s.
All about this.
Yeah.
We got so many good like plot lines in this episode.
Oh yeah. I mean,
usually there's like a good story or two will pop out one of these. This one is probably played out. It's good we didn't have a third guest because we have to put all our ideas in the chair that is definitely off camera.
So some guy on a Missouri subreddit swears that he saw the Beeman monster. He was in a deer stand.
The term "some guy on Reddit" never helps as the initial point of citation.
I was gonna say I wrote this part. This isn't from the Shadow.
Really hoping that it was somebody saying some guy on Reddit says.
So yeah, some guy on Missouri Reddit swears that he saw the Beeman monster. He was in a deer stand tracking a buck across a field when suddenly a coyote orangutan the size of a pickup truck chased away the buck while moving, quote, at the speed of light.
That's why I couldn't shoot it.
The man claimed that he was so scared he fell out of the deer stand and then shit his pants. So that's the one little button where I'm like, why would you admit to that detail if this wasn't at least, you think you saw something? That was where I got a little bit of verisimilitude out of that Reddit post.
That's it. Also, it's either that or his partner made some sort of chili or food that did not agree.
Yeah.
And he is so protective of the partner's feelings. They're like, no, I saw a godless animal. Like, I did not get diarrhea while sitting in a deer blind.
He called it coyote orangutan.
A coyote orangutan is still living with me. That is a great term because I'm imagining the creature in my mind, and it is pants shittingly frightening.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
But also could sell some sort of breakfast cereal if we cleaned it up a little bit.
Then we've got the Momo, the Missouri monster.
Oh, okay. Not to be confused with popular internet monster Momo.
No. So the first accounts of the Momo came on July 11th, 1972, when 8-year-old Terry and 15-year-old Doris Harrison of Louisiana, Missouri. Fuck off. Yeah. What are you doing?
You hear, folks, that was a double fuck off
Absolutely.
for Louisiana, Missouri.
So they saw a smelly monster covered in black hair in their backyard.
I have a name.
He was carrying a dead dog in his arms.
Oh, shit.
I was like, that's fucking awesome.
That's pretty sick.
More people saw the thing and variously described it as being somewhere between 5 to 12 feet tall.
This is some real, like, this is useless description. We're never going to find the perp.
No, absolutely 5 to 12 feet tall.
I'm 5 to 12 feet tall.
Yeah. The St. Joseph News Press described it as a, quote, black, hairy, orange-eyed, pumpkin-headed, reeking of sulfur, and skulking around. So if you look at the illustrations of this thing, they have just made it like with the biggest head imaginable. So it kind of looks like a Bigfoot, but then just
with a pumpkin ass head.
With a pumpkin head, a little bit like Gossamer from Looney Tunes.
Okay, that's sort of what I'm imagining.
Yeah, kind of that vibe. So Terry and Doris's dad, Edgar Harrison, made plaster casts of its footprints. When the casts were taken to a zoologist, he said, quote, "It looks exactly like it was made from those yellow rubber gloves women wear to wash dishes." So random.
I was imagining it being like, this is yarn.
Yeah. This is not a thing, sir. Random weird details from the July 28th, 1972 Kansas City Star. Quote, "A 14-year-old character donned a blonde wig and a furry coat one night this week. Quote, he was just swinging on light posts and growling," said 18-year-old Brenda Young. "Quite a few people from the town have come out here to look for monsters. I guess he thought he'd give them one."
Nice. I respect this.
I respect the shit out of that, but also everybody here's loaded, kid. Don't watch out.
It's a suicide by drunk.
Yeah, definitely. Sightings of Momo exploded that year, and the town experienced monster fever. At one point, a 20-person posse was put together to kill the beast. Attempting to curry favor with their constituency, all of the candidates for that year's sheriff's election tried to demonstrate their duty to the community by participating in the hunts. The creature was never found.
And now all those people work for NIH.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so fucking funny of just seeing this as an opportunity to get elected.
Yeah.
And then all of them just fighting to be the one.
Running on the monster ballot is always a bold move.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Stephen Barcelo in Littleton, North Carolina, who did exactly that. The city would not allow him. I met him. I was traveling through, so I stopped at the Cryptozoology and Paranormal Museum that he runs there.
I'm so jealous.
And
I want to go.
Talked to him, and he was trying to put up advertisements for his Bigfoot museum.
Oh.
And so he had these giant, like 12-foot tall Bigfoots, kind of like just, black outlines.
5 to 12 feet tall posters.
And he was going to line the roads with them on his property, and they wouldn't let him. So he ran for like the town administrator on a "let me put up a Bigfoot" sign platform.
Wow.
So yeah,
he's got my vote.
Shout out to him. Yeah, he was a real interesting guy. And he actually, another thing I should mention with Steven, he put together a Bigfoot festival in Littleton, North Carolina. And after the initial incident, when the fever died down, Momo, and this is how they put it in, they have I think it was an article I read in Vice where it was like, the cryptid that never was, because Momo did not become a tourist or economic folklore attraction. Over the years, the town of Louisiana tried to organize Momo festivals, but they weren't that popular. Locals who were around in 1972 says that no one cares anymore.
Aww. I feel like we can get it back. Think about how long Krampus sat on the bench, and now we can't fucking shut up about him.
Oh, I know, right? So this
Krampus like he's the sports team.
So we got a couple of extraterrestrial things just to briefly mention. The 1973 Piedmont UFO flap.
Okay, this is another one that sounds familiar.
Yeah, so the epicenter.
I'm unsettled by which one of these I vaguely heard of, because I feel like the answer should be none of them.
Yeah, they had over 500 reports of UFOs on one night in 1973, and then the other big one, 1941 Cape Girardeau UFO crash. Late April 1941, 6 years before Roswell, there was a UFO crash at Cape Girardeau. Same deal, UFO crashed, alien bodies, big heads, big eyes. The story comes from Reverend William Huffman, who says that he was called to deliver last rites to the aliens. He was then told, quote, "This didn't happen. You saw nothing."
God, I love the idea of bringing in like priests to bless alien corpses.
Yeah, well, they had that in Roswell, right?
Oh, I guess you did, yeah.
Yeah, or at least one of those hundreds of fucking
yeah.
shows that I watched back in the day, Unsolved Mysteries or something.
There's a very cool comic that has come out in the last years called Blue Book, that are all these mini series, but are all based on like the first
Project
one
Blue Book.
is the couple in the car that get taken. It's like the first famous
Betty and Barney Hill.
That's it. That's the first arc. But they go through, and each one is like
the only interesting thing that ever happened in New Hampshire.
Truly. And it's like every arc is like a different one of those famous stories. It's very, very neat. Like it's cool to see somebody do something interesting with all that kind of narrative stuff.
They had a History Channel show, or I think it was called Project Blue Book, where they did something similar, but they tried to thread them all with the same like actors and stuff.
Now, I know of Project Blue Book, and I'm curious if it's for you the same thing. Did you watch a lot of Sightings as a kid?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, because that's the entire reason I've known Project Blue Book my whole life, is because Sightings was either on before or after something I wanted to watch on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
It's the home improvement of the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, I mean, I had books and stuff too. So I've said this before, but my mom's policy was like, if I asked for any book, she would just buy it for me because she's operating under the like, well, at least the kid is reading.
I mean, it's the way I feel about kids and reading.
Same, but it just led to my entire bookshelf was like Roswell, the truth,
Hell
and
yeah.
UFOs and Bigfoot and all this shit, so ghosts, all that. So that's what happens.
I think for me, I dated a person who was a massive. I mean, I actually realized I think most of the people I've dated, there's something about dating this guy and thinking aliens are great.
Well, let's talk about this. This here might be my favorite UFO story I've ever heard. So this comes from the city of Tuscumbia in Missouri. So this is from the Miller County Historical Society. At dawn on February 14th, 1967, 64-year-old farmer Claude Edwards noticed all of the cows in his east field staring in the same direction. He followed their stares to a massive greenish-gray mushroom-like object with a silky sheen. 18 feet in diameter, perched atop of a circular tube in the meadow attached to his barn. So now it is a dick.
Now it is fully a
now
dick.
is fully a dick.
Hi, 911. There's a space dick in my yard.
Yeah. What's it look like? Sheen with a reservoir tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lightly cleft on the bottom side.
So this is fucking amazing. So as Claude moved closer to the craft, he noticed a group of 3-foot-tall greenish-gray creatures waddling around. They had no necks and no hands. He said that these aliens were either wearing goggles or large, wide-set black eyes. And they have come to be known as the Tuscumbia Space Penguins.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Also known as, they're minions. That's what they're describing. They're
does sound
absolutely
like
minions.
Although Tuscumbia Space Penguins does sound like a pretty decent jam band.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Like I would see them open for the Disco Biscuits or whatever.
So naturally, Edwards picked up a bunch of rocks and began throwing them at the space penguins. but get damn it!
I love our species.
Get the hell out of here!
What's that? I don't know. Fuck it.
Fuck you! It's a miracle from space. Fuck you! Get away from my soybeans.
Learn to fly, penguin asshole.
So, yeah, he starts throwing rocks at him, but as he got closer to the big mushroom, he was abruptly stopped by some sort of force field, and he began throwing rocks anyway, but they kept bouncing off the force field, and then the UFO flew away.
All I'm imagining is the penguins from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Like that's, in my mind, this is all just a Wallace and Gromit thing, where he's on his farm, he sees the dick-shaped thing land, the penguins come out, they fuck with the dog.
I love it. I couldn't help but think of the minions, because I just described it. I was like, this is a minion.
They came for all his bananas.
Yeah. So that's the monsters and the aliens. Let's get down into some ghosts. Again, this is all from the Shadowlands and also Missouri Haunted Houses, which is another kind of Web 1.0 cool resource I found.
Hell yes.
So lots of good ones here. They've got a haunted subway in Salem.
Wait, which kind?
The restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a haunted pool hall in Hazelwood, and there's a high school in Festus with a ghost boy in the gym. He is always dressed as Peter Pan because that is the play he was performing when he got caught up in his fly wires and accidentally hung himself.
Whoa.
So it's like the worst.
If true.
Just being stuck in the Peter Pan outfit.
That would turn you into an evil ghost.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I wrote, the school's jocks are heard to yell homophobic slurs at the ghost. But yeah, this is Independence, Missouri. So this is where we start off the Oregon Trail video game, if you remember.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. So Harry S. Truman's house is from there, and you're never going to believe it, but They got the ghost of Harry S. Truman there.
Oh shit, that's
Yeah.
where I can go.
Yeah. So the buck may have stopped with him, but the drinking lives on forever. People have seen Truman's ghost wandering around, but usually they actually just smell his whiskey breath.
What if we go and just ask him if he laughed super hard at that scene in Oppenheimer?
Oh God, yeah. Oh, who is it playing him? Gary Oldman?
I think it's Gary. Yeah,
Fucking
that's
amazing.
the most haunting scene in a movie full of haunting scenes.
And I love that they just made him like Huey Long more so than anything else. Like
1,000%.
everything short of just going, well, I'll say.
It's I think what was nice is that I imagine watched Elvis and were like, see, you can do this voice. It's fine.
Right. Yeah. So Truman famously started off his day with a shot of what he called his morning medicine. We would call it wild turkey. People visiting the house, now a museum, supposedly
Medicinal turkey.
smell the alcohol frequently.
Wow.
And it's a museum. There's no booze there, but people are always walking around being like, it smells like fucking booze.
Wouldn't it be funny if they have like a candle in the back that just says booze mouth or something?
Yeah, I think they do that at the Caruso properties here in town, right? Sullivan, Missouri. Oh, you heard they had the gates of hell over in Kansas. Well, they got them here too. Sullivan, Missouri. A long time ago, a man who owned this property hung people out in his field. And now you can see people walking in the field. A little boy lurks around the gates, and you can hear odd noises. The people who own the property say that they have... This is fucking great. This just seems, again, editorializing. The people who own this property say they have horses, but if you go down there on a full moon, you don't see any horses anywhere. You can search those fields up and down. You won't find any sign of a horse. It's a freaky place.
They were really hoping for horses. Whoever went to do this research job was like, I don't want to do this, but I'll get to see horses.
No, I just think it's a guy who's just like, they're lying, like it's the Tom Waits song. What is he building in there? What the hell is he building in there? They cut the tire swing down from the
That
pepper
was
tree.
the first Tom Waits song I was ever shown.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's funny because like I lean towards the weird and caustic Tom Waits largely, although I like those first couple of albums quite a bit. But I think it is truly because it's like, well, anything sounds musical after him sort of ruminating with noise.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That was an early Kazaa acquisition from my my brother's friend's cool older brother who knew stuff, was like, check out Tom Waits.
Yeah, but that was what I thought of when I read that, because he's just like, there's ghosts and they're not letting me go near them.
Ghosts and there's no horses and I want to be around.
I want to see the ghosts, and they're all like, oh, you can't come here. It's a horse farm. I don't see any fucking horses. I want to see the damn ghosts. West Plains, Missouri, North Highway 17. There's a small bridge located north of West Plains that's said to be haunted. If you cross the bridge at night during a rainstorm, stop your car and turn off the lights, a child's head will appear next to your car.
Cool.
And he will ask for help finding his mother. There's also, and it doesn't elaborate, it just says, there's also the haunted stop sign.
Wait, you can't bail there. I need to know what it does.
It just says it's the place of death for a young girl who had gotten in an argument with her boyfriend and was told to get out of the car and walk home, but then she crossed the street and was struck by a big truck and killed. On Halloween, she is spotted crossing the road that she died on. But that's a haunted intersection, friends. I want to know about this stop sign.
Yeah.
What's going on with the actual sign itself?
Does it change what it says? Does it change color? Does it move?
Does it bleed if you shoot it? Oh, hey, that's
bleeding hot stop sign's pretty good.
That's what they do out in the country, man. You shoot stop signs from, do drive-by shootings of road signs. So that would be fucking great. Yeah, I've done it once. That's cool.
Never shot something from a moving vehicle.
No. Yeah, this is like 2009, 2010,
I'll
something
say
like that.
Haven't yet.
Yeah. Hey, well, if you come down to Alabama,
I've lived a rich life, and there's a lot of parts of the country I haven't gone and done fun, dumb stuff at.
if you come down to Alabama, we'll make it happen. This is Valley Mines, Missouri. An old railroad tunnel, which still exists today, is haunted. There are I've been there many times, both by myself and with others. Each time, the ghost of Tunnel Bill makes himself known and always pushes me out of his tunnel. The story goes that years ago, a man named Tunnel Bill died in the tunnel. Several stories exist on how and why he died, but the important part is that he was jealous of his tunnel home and will treat you with the same respect you treat him.
Hey,
and I was like, I think he'd be
Tunnel
protective.
Bill.
Yeah.
Who did you kill?
Yeah.
It's all I can think this whole time.
I just like he says very jealous of his. He means protective, but
Yeah.
he's like, oh, he's really jealous of
That's
his
one
tunnel.
of the real beautiful things about Shadowlands is
Yeah.
that it's got that good Web 1.0 people who like write sentences are not necessarily the first people to the internet.
It's guys who figured out how email works yesterday, and yesterday was January 8th, 1998.
Yeah.
And they just sent it straight in.
There's such a it's funny, like it evolves over time because I feel like you have the sort of like awkward guys building the internet, and then you have like the little shitlord era.
Right.
Like, and so like these two initial runs, neither of which are particularly loquacious.
So in Crystal City, Missouri, and unfortunately I looked this up, this is no longer there, but used to have a haunted Kmart.
Fuck.
That's right.
I would have loved this.
And this description doesn't sound so much like haunting as just dangerous. Over the years, many things have happened in the parking lot at Kmart. People have been shot, robbed, kidnapped, and even murdered. The employees have to walk to the far end of the parking lot after leaving the store closed, and they say weird and unusual events have occurred. They say they hear gunshots, a screaming girl, and they see headlights shining on their car. Generally, this happens late at night, and Kmart suggests that the workers there have a walking buddy to go out to their car. I was like,
So this is just a Kmart
this
parking
is
lot.
just a Kmart parking lot in some fucking place in Missouri.
It's because I remember our Kmart parking lot when it existed, and it was not a place to be.
Yeah, same. It's just perfect because all of the things they list are like, yeah, it just sounds like people stuff.
Yeah, that's all. There's no ghosts there. That's just
It's like many weird events have been reported here. Like, yep, drugs are an issue. This one is Verona, Missouri, Lee Cemetery. There is a fog that is there 1 minute and gone the next.
that's just fog.
Also, a ghost truck has been seen chasing people around the graveyard.
There's always like one sort of believable thing followed by something that's utterly insane.
Maximum fucking overdrive, dude. It's got to be the Green Goblin one.
Did you ever ride the ET ride?
Shit, did I? No, I think I'm thinking of the Back to the Future
We'll get
ride.
you to Orlando one day. It's still there. But there is like a big, like a mini truck that almost hits you that you then like fly over. And that is just, I am imagining just the ET ride with this of like the haunted truck.
He says the truck speeds up, getting right on them, and then is just gone as if it was never there. The wide shot of the spooky, foggy cemetery with just a
Truck doing donuts around, just knocking gravestones
chasing
over.
a bunch of kids around is so fucking funny in my head.
You're missing whoever the crazy truck driver ghost is in that scenario, because this is at a certain point like sort of Are You Afraid of the Dark territory, which is like, all right, kids, who's ready to go Durbin?
Yeah. I almost have to imagine it's a Maximum Overdrive. They're just
The truck goes by itself.
Truck's by itself, absolutely. This one is, big town now, St. Louis.
Ooh.
Seton Hall at the University of Missouri, St. Louis. This used to be the location of a hospital and then a nun home. I can't remember the word for it. Some have said
cloister?
they have... It's
a cloister.
Cloister. But that's how they wrote it. I can't remember
No,
the word.
I love it. The honesty is what makes it important.
Some have said they have had problems with waking up in the air. I fucking love.
I mean, we've all been there.
Yeah, just floating.
Well, you wake up above your covers, 4 feet above your covers.
This one is Springfield, Missouri. Shout out to Jed Brothers once again. Landers Theater, built in 1909 and containing many ghosts. One is believed to be a janitor who died in a fire in 1920. His apparition has been spotted on the balcony watching rehearsals. Another ghost is a black man who was stabbed here in the 1920s.
Ugh.
He appears to be a 5-foot-tall green orb and is seen in the balcony.
Why does calling him a green orb feel racial?
It seems so much worse.
It's the movie problem where instead of it letting it be a black ghost, they have to turn it into a green orb.
Green
10 minutes
orb
in the movie.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But he's also in the balcony. There is a ghostly baby that also haunts the balcony.
They're like a family.
And that he fell from the streets outside. Witnesses have seen a tall blonde actor's apparition wearing Elizabethan outfits standing alone on the 4th floor windows.
A lot of ghosts stuck in costumes for theater in this.
Yes, yeah, I noticed that.
Missouri has a lot of actors committed even after death to their roles.
Yeah.
That would be funny as a ghost if you're like dressed in something old timey, because every time you meet someone, you have to explain that this is not the time period you're from.
Right.
Like if you're wearing wearing like Italian Shakespeare clothes. You have to explain like you died in 1985 in New Jersey.
Right. I was playing Crassus. I'm not a Roman. I'm not an ancient Roman.
I was T-boned when I didn't have time to change before the cast party.
This is Blackwell, Missouri. So Upper Blackwell Road. Many people think this road is evil. Disappearances have frequently occurred here. The Black Tram Bridge has a ghost and a sign that disappears when you drive past it. There is a restaurant located on this road where Satanism is practiced.
Wait, where do I eat there immediately?
Highway Cafe of the Damned.
Time to fucking tip the shit out of that wait staff.
It sounds so gnarly.
If you told me today that in Los Angeles a satanic restaurant opened, we would be going there right now, Rivers Langley.
I bet there's one. There's got to be one somewhere.
Hey, look, Goods listeners, if there is within the Tri-County or basically Southern California area a legit Satanist restaurant, please let me know. I will absolutely drive both of us there.
That's an Inland Empire thing for sure.
Four Horsemen in Long Beach does not count.
But of course, that from Blackwell leads us into this is my favorite section, the haunted restaurants of Missouri.
Love a haunted food.
So Washington, Missouri, there's the Thais House or Thias House.
Now, this is not the word Thai, but a typo.
No,
because I've been to many a Thai house.
Yeah, this is Thais, Thais. Thais House. It's a bed and breakfast inside an 1888 mansion. Ghosts touch your shoulders. There's also a ghost cat and an invisible bat that harasses people during lunch rush.
This sounds lovely. This just sounds like a place I would take a lover.
Love a ghost cat. Love any ghost pets. Invisible bat is fucking hilarious. Imagine just a lunch rush and everyone's just doing this.
I would love to have a pet invisible bat.
It's the fucking greatest. In Berger, Missouri, there's Max Cafe. And this really has basically nothing to do with the cafe, but the apartments above it. There are 2 apartments above the restaurant. A stepfather was kicked out of one of the apartments for being an abusive alcoholic. The man returned one night with a shotgun and shot out the apartment's windows. He then shot his way through the door and entered the apartment. When he did, his stepson was ready for him and shot his head off with his own shotgun. Weeks after the incident, the boy found a pencil-drawn pentagram with his mother's face in it on the backside of his bedroom door.
What does that look like? I need visualization.
The mother was not harmed. The man now visits his old building at night, watching people. The patrons of the bar reported weird noises from the apartment upstairs and odd occurrences in the lower level. It is said that the dead man appears in full spectral appearance and has been mistaken for a live person wearing hiking boots, jeans, and a flannel shirt. ... Live snakes also have appeared in this apartment.
Wait. That's a realtor sneaking in an actual problem at the end of a bunch of made up stuff. Like they do have a snake problem, but they figure if they lead with the ghost, like you'll blame that and not them.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, there are real snakes in here. It's probably it's ghost related.
If you told me there were 5 ghosts in this place, but it was snake free, I would sign the lease.
Yeah.
1 snake and I am out.
No way.
Unless one of those ghosts is Saint Patrick.
Yeah. So St. Charles, Missouri, Little Hills Winery and Restaurant.
I love a wine bar that's haunted.
The ghosts haunting it are so perfect too. 2 ghosts are in here. They are a man and woman. It is believed that 2 once lived on the site around 1900. People have heard them arguing in French with each other. Sometimes in the morning, employees find the kitchen in disarray as if there was a rowdy fight in there.
So just Who's Afraid of Virginia Wolf is happening in ghost form.
I'm imagining those clocks where like the baker's chasing the thing.
Oh, there you
around.
go. Yep, there we go.
Yeah. But it's, domestic violence. But yeah, that's the restaurant. So now, Kansas City. Ghosts of Kansas City. I just wrote this. It's short and it's fucking hilarious because it gives you no information. On a back road in Kansas City, there's a huge boat and it's like hidden in the woods. You can hear people crying in the boat all the time at night. And it's just literally in the website is just labeled The Boat.
I just love the idea that like this person is unaware that there's like a long teen tradition of going to this boat to cry.
That's what I was thinking.
And you're just hearing like real people crying in this boat because it's a good remote space to cry at.
Right. You just let it all out. This one, I had to include this one. The Hy-Vee Arena. So there is said to be sightings, sounds, and lights flickering on and off in the arena ever since the night WWF superstar Owen Hart fell 50 feet from the ceiling of the arena and died here.
Owen Hart died there?
Yeah.
I did not know that that's how Owen Hart died.
Oh yeah. Oh, but he was so.
Was it on camera?
Well, it wasn't. It was. He was in the cold open match, and they didn't release that part, but it was the first thing that happened, so they kept doing the entire pay-per-view.
Holy shit.
But yeah, he was clipped up in the rafters, and he was supposed to come down. So at the time, he wasn't wrestling as Owen Hart. He was in this character called the Blue Blazer, where he was wearing a lucha mask and he had like a feathered boa. Everybody knew it was Owen Hart, because you can tell his extremely Canadian voice, but he was kind of pretending he was a different guy. So he's dressed in this stupid gimmick, and then he's hooked up to some bad rigging, and then as he tries to come down, it detaches, and he fell chest first onto the turnbuckle. And
oh my God.
died in the ring like immediately. And the name of that pay-per-view was Over the Edge.
Oh.
Yeah. So
how long ago was that?
That was 1998.
Okay.
Is when that happened, or maybe it was 99. I think.
That's Bret Hart's brother. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Owen Hart.
That's crazy. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I know there's
1999, May 23rd, 1999.
Oh shit! So that happened when my friends were watching wrestling.
Oh yeah. It was huge when it happened. It was crazy.
That's crazy. That is a story I'm fully unaware of.
Oh boy, they got a whole. I'll send you the Vice.
Please do. Jesus.
Vice did a doc.
You know me in a wrestling documentary get along. Just fine.
Yeah, they have a Dark Side of the Ring. That's like it's just all of those kind of stories, but they have a whole one about Owen. But anyway, there are also sightings of him still in his blue blazer outfit at the top of the arena, looking down with the cable hooked up to him. And I was like, it sucks. He's stuck with the bad gimmick forever.
I did not expect that the meta subtext of this episode would be dying in a costume. Fucks you over.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's a lot of ghosts.
You know what you got to do then is you got to die in a confusing die dressed as a cop.
Yeah.
Drive dressed as a Civil War soldier. Like die in a way where it will confuse people in a way that will behoove you as a ghost.
Over in Forest Hill Cemetery in Kansas City, there is a mausoleum on the mid-south end of the cemetery, and if you go there right when the sun starts to set, you get an uneasy feeling when you get close to it. You can hear rock and roll music coming from the inside.
Is rock and roll?
We'll never die.
Hey, my.
Absolutely. We've got
I do like the idea of a party ghost.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Like just a ghost with a mullet and who was buried with his aviator sunglasses, so he has them still.
I wonder if the mausoleum ghosts that are having a party ever go over to the boat and be like, guys, you got to cheer yourselves up. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if they just show up on the boat, they bring, ghost Coke.
Yeah, there we go.
Crying for a night
I'm not
it gets
letting
too late and too dark.
I hate to see you like this.
Steely Dan's going to bring you back to life.
Yeah. I mean, that is a good ghost noise, Come back to you.
Some hip hop song I just learned it has the bass line to peg, and my fucking head exploded.
Oh, is it "I Know" by De La Soul?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I love that song.
It's I had never placed that, and I found it turns out the same way there is guitar dork YouTube. It turns out there is sample YouTube and beat producer YouTube is deep and glorious.
Yeah, I've watched a few of those.
I'm deep into a couple of channels. There's one where it's just this British guy who just goes through each and rebuilds them, and you just watch his logic. As he's explaining, this is everything I've ever wanted.
Yeah,
but it was he's breaking down the pieces. Because I've been trying to fuck with some sampling stuff, and it was just that I was like, wait, that's the fucking peg bass line?
Yeah, it's peg, and then it's Dock of the Bay.
Yeah.
The whistling.
The whistling. And somehow morphs into one of the best hip-hop songs ever.
Yeah, and they had to give Steely Dan all of the money.
Hate it. Aw. That's who got the Ninja Turtles money?
Oh, yeah. They got Lord Tariq's money for... what was that fucking song anyway? Yeah, Lord, whatever that the one and only Lord Tariq song. Yeah. But we've got the George Brett Bridge. So on the night that the Kansas City Royals won the World Series in 1985, a drunk driver ran over a man there. If you stand on the bridge after a game, you will see him wearing a Royals hat.
That could be any man.
Exactly. Yeah. Why does that got to be one specific guy?
I like the idea of some guy who stands there just smoking a cigarette and turns and goes, "I'm not a ghost." Not yet.
And finally, we end this at the University of Missouri, Kansas City.
I can't imagine any kind of terrifying ghost on a college campus, especially in that area.
There are so many. We brought this up.
Colleges love ghosts.
I pulled this down for the last episode we did, but we might as well talk about it again. We did a whole thing years ago about Catherine Tucker Wyndham and the 13 Alabama ghosts in Jeffrey, which was essentially a textbook in the state where I'm from. Like every kid has read this. And
this is the shit.
There are 3 volumes of them, and a lot of the ghosts are at universities. And
the Phantom Steamboat of Tom Bigby.
Yeah, fuck yeah. The Eliza battle. Hell yeah. We all know it.
This is also full of my favorite, which is like vintage pen and ink art for like commercial published books, which is like truly like one of my favorite aesthetics in the world. Like this should be every t-shirt. It's a ghost reaching a lady who's sleeping.
Yeah. And if you look at the front, it's signed by Catherine Tucker Wyndham and the ghost Jeffrey. So that's like her mascot.
Oh, that's adorable. Oh, and Jeffrey's got a fun little spooky signature.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But my point is there's when I first showed this to Pat and read a couple of those stories on the show, he brought up the funny point that he's like, it seems like all of the ghosts in Alabama are at colleges and they're just trying to make children not want to go to college. But yeah, so last one for Missouri. This is the Epperson House. Built in the 1920s and now part of the campus, Harriet Evelyn Barse is the resident ghost of the house. She was the adopted daughter of Uriah Epperson, the home's original owner, and his wife. She died in the home at the age of 47 during the construction of the house's large organ. And I was like, did she get crushed by the fucking pipes of the organ? Like, it doesn't say what the relation is to the death. Witnesses have reported spotting Harriet's apparition wearing an evening gown and unexplained organ music at night. The house was later owned by a local businessman whose daughter-in-law killed herself in the attic when she was banned from dating a man who worked on the docks.
Oh, man.
Never trust a dock worker. She is also a ghost now, too. One night... We got 2. One night in 19...
She also ghost.
Now, this is... I fucking love this so much. One night in 1978, campus police were called after the noise was particularly loud inside the empty building. When the officer arrived, he parked near the house. Suddenly, someone smashed into the back of his cruiser. When he got out of the car to investigate, there was no other car. There was another incident where a witness spotted a ghostly arm turning off a light believed to be Uriah Epperson. Now, the cop thing is so funny because you know he was drunk, he backed into a fucking fire hydrant, and the best excuse this Missouri redneck piece of shit cop could come up with was like, a ghost hit me somehow. And I love the visual of like foggy, spooky night on campus, and then the cop with the lights, and then there's just water shooting fucking 100 feet into the air, and he's like, it was a ghost.
It's the damnedest thing.
Yeah.
Ghost showed up, kicked this thing off, moved my car, covered me in whiskey, called my wife a bitch in my voice on the phone.
Oh, man. Well, that is the ghosts of Kansas and Missouri.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. What do we think? Are we itching to go?
This is pretty, again, this is a zone that I want to go to real bad. And mostly this is just reminding me that this is a perfect space in the country that is full of the kind of like weird Americana that I desperately crave at all times.
Yeah.
It's the kind of space where there's like, they'll give you some cross sections and you can drive 2 hours to go see a creepy thing that is, probably largely untrue.
Right.
But like, you're going to go to that diner beforehand and the waitress is going to have some sort of story to tell you.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, Lawrence, do not sleep on Lawrence, Kansas. That's such a cool town.
Yeah.
Every time I've ever been there, they have, I don't know if it's still there,
Lawrence,
but
if you have a mid-sized comedy venue, happy to come.
They had a pretty cool spot called the Rocket Room that had kind of an outdoor space with a little stage, and there was a DJ.
Oh, fun.
There was a DJ out there playing vinyl records when I was there the last time, and I don't know if that venue is still around, but I was, I did the thing where I was like, yeah, okay, you can put together a little show back here on like a Thursday night maybe. But anyway, yeah, so shout out to the Sunflower State and the Show Me State and your spooky in costume ghosts.
Come on, do what you did. Roll me under the mattress. Shake my baby and please bring her back. 'Cause death won't even be still. It comes over the landfill. Broken back.
Kyle, we have time for just
I'm so excited.
one more segment, and of course this is our jam of the week.
Oh shit.
Oh boys, we're going to hell on the highway to hell.
Maybe
That's
the
right.
best AC/DC song.
I think, yeah, I like this one.
Here's my deal. Everybody who thinks Thunderstruck's the best can kiss my fucking ass.
I wouldn't dare say Thunderstruck.
Get the fuck out of here. It is this, or it is Hell's Bells, or it is possibly Have a Drink on Me, or TNT.
Yeah, I like all those. Yeah, TNT might be mine.
But because this and TNT are sort of in a similar conversation, but I feel like this is a little bit better of a thesis for AC/DC than TNT.
Yes, yeah, because you got to know
this song gives you everything you want. You know, it's a little bit the devil. It's a little working class rockin' guy. He's like horny, but also like just wants to fight and drink. Like it's all the pieces.
Yeah, I like this one. Let There Be Rock.
Yeah.
Like
That's another.
Let There Be Rock.
Rock and roll ain't noise pollution to me is also another one that kind of is in a similar vein. I was just talking to somebody recently about how like AC/DC is in a weird place in my head. Because like I like them pretty unequivocally, but never think of myself as like an AC/DC fan.
Yeah.
But like they're a band that like to me is like probably one of the greatest, maybe the rockinest rockin' band of all time.
I'm never opposed to it.
Yeah.
There's not going to be a point where one of their songs come on, we're like, come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so it's they exist in this weird classic rock space where I do not hold the same sort of like casual disdain that I do for other classic rock stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I can fully define, besides the fact that like they just seem like a more fun party than a Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, that's true.
I also hit the quote he has of like, I'm sick of people saying that we only play one song over and over again. We play 3 songs over and over again.
Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, If You Want Blood.
Oh,
that was good.
That
Dirty
actually,
Deeds. Forgot about Dirty Deeds. Done Dirt Cheap. Whole Lot of Rosie.
Yeah. Man, what
they
a
got
fucking
some bops.
solid-ass band.
They got some fucking bops, man. Highway to Hell for our Halloween episode. Figured we'd go the devil's route with this one.
Always.
1979, 420 million views, 55,810 comments.
Thank you.
Kyle, I read every goddamn last one of them.
You're a masochist. I truly, like, I was listening to last week's, and every time you say you read every goddamn one of them, I think to myself, like, I can read 2 comments and I want to kill myself regardless of their content. The fact that you read 50,000, like, you have a callous to parts of your soul that I admire a great deal.
Well, let's check out what the people have to say in the YouTube comments for Highway to Hell. First up, Phil Anderson Outside. It's good that he got outside from 8 years ago. True story. A friend's high school was filled with stoners and rocksters, and they voted this as their favorite song of the yearbook, but the school refused to put it in there. Damn. That sucks.
It's lame. That's I tried to, when I was graduating 6th grade, convince my teachers to let us use Time of Your Life, the Green Day song, and instead we used some song from the 50s.
Is it just because he goes fuck at the beginning?
No, I didn't even catch that part.
Oh yeah,
I just remember it was some song that was like graduation day, and I just remember like being 12 and going like, I hate all of this so much.
Yeah, we did David Banner, Cadillac on 22s.
Oh, shit. I don't remember what our senior class one was. I know they sang Kelly Clarkson at the actual graduation.
Yeah.
That's just because it was 2005.
The David Banner song is about a guy getting run over by a Cadillac with 22-inch rims. It's like a kind of a sad song.
I wish my high school could get behind David Banner in general as a thing we'd all agree on.
I mean, he's from Mississippi, right next door, so, he was local favorite for sure. This is Margio from 7 years ago. Sometimes I wonder, what the hell am I doing listening to this bitch, the devil, for?
Because the devil rules.
Yeah, but
devil's the coolest bitch in town.
That's right. I just like that she's like, I don't know why I listen to you. I don't know why.
Devil, I don't know why I listen to you.
Just like smoking, sitting next to a window.
Devil, one of these days I'm gonna walk out and I'm never looking back.
I ain't happy. I don't know why I'm listening to you. You being a bitch. Tammy Rollheiser 8 years ago. AC/DC is the bitch. They're fucking awesome. Fuck me, bitch.
Can we talk about how is the bitch is something we need to say all the time now?
I was wondering if that's like a translate thing.
Dude,
like they're trying to say like it's the tits.
Yeah.
But just be like, it is bitch. It is the bitch.
Man, I did that fucking show in Silver Lake, and man, that show is the bitch.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
yeah. This is
You love Maiden? Fuck yeah. Dickinson's the fucking bitch.
DTB 2 years ago. Imagine an evening with a hot, wild, non-smoking bitch of a tiger vixen. Non-smoking. I love this. You've set up this scenario why, with everything he's about to say, you're like, why would you care at this point?
Because he's like, I don't want you guys to think it's some gross lady who smokes.
Yeah, that's
she
what he
certainly
said.
does not poke.
Yeah, so it's some tiger vixen who likes to be gotten off while good music plays. A real, not plastic biker chick. Even better.
I like the idea of plastic biker chicks. The idea of a biker chick poser is fascinating.
Yeah. Incredible.
Oh man, that guy's post was the bitch.
That was the bitch. S Street guy from 5 years ago. Highway to Hell. Damn God, it's the way to my ex-wife.
Ex-wife means he remarried.
It's a wife. Yeah, that's your current wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means you're remarried. Also, I just like, damn God.
Damn God.
It's crazy I have to come to you in times like this.
Damn
in trouble.
God, you the bitch.
Yeah. God is the bitch. Mr. Ryan Wonderland, 6 years ago. I wish this song was playing in the divorce courtroom when I walked through the doors.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now that you've read like a year or two's worth of comments for these songs,
It's been 5.
what is the percentage of divorce in the comments? It's got to be the number one thing, right?
The number one thing is just like, I like this. I was in high school when this came out,
Okay.
but the number one interesting thing by far is that, yeah. So it's, it's not all of it, obviously, but you can always find it no matter what the song is.
It's the classic rock to divorce rambling pipeline is a rich, deep vein.
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, definitely. So this is Aegis LS 10 years ago. I play this beautiful tune out every time I visit my ex-girlfriend's house. I set up my boom blaster outside her window and play it on max every Wednesday.
Fuck yeah.
So again, that's what we were talking about earlier. There's that one little detail, like the guy who fell out of the deer stand and shit his pants, that gives it a little bit more verisimilitude where he's like, I do this to my ex every Wednesday. Oh, you thought I was being hyperbolic.
I'm sorry, guys. I cannot go out Wednesday. I go and hold up my boom blaster to my ex's front house and play ACDC.
Highway to Hell.
I can come after, but I won't be there till 9.
This is my favorite genre of post. I wish there was more of these, but that is, of course, Professor Nexus 5 months ago. I got into a car accident. This was playing. I put on maximum volume, put my sunglasses back on. End of story.
Hell yeah.
So the genre of got into a car wreck while the song you're listening to is playing, and then you did something awesome.
Yeah.
That happens a lot.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. My favorites are when the car is like, we were going 150 miles an hour, the car exploded, and we walked away smoking cigs to this song
Fuck
still
yeah.
playing. Like
On the flaming car.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, yeah.
Yeah, it's happened a couple of times where it's that. It's like, yeah, we had fucking, Boston's More Than a Feeling was blasting behind us as we smoked cigarettes from the flaming car. This is...
Then you're Marianne walking away.
Yeah. This is Santo Sanchez from 8 years ago. Singer, you sold your soul. You fucked up for the rest of eternity. You are far away from heaven. Far away from heaven. Far away from heaven. Please stop me. just out there.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
My favorite is the far from heaven.
He puts the different the lengths. He
Double
extends-
A's, double E's.
Oh yeah.
Now, please stop me. Is that they're stimming on the word heaven or the fact that they're like proselytizing?
I think they're drunk and being like, wait a minute, this is about the devil? No, you're far from heaven. Far from heaven. And then they pass out.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Got a couple more here. Dribs from 6 years ago. Yo, y'all, let's keep it simple and keep it gridiron time on the football field. Gridiron time is fight time, and Philly has the fight game. Please just let the Eagles fight. The Eagles know how to fight. Just step back and let the Eagles do their thing.
Hey, go Birds. This is
Go Birds.
When was this from?
This was from 6 years ago.
Okay, I wish I knew more so that I could see where the birds were at that point.
Think that's when the guy ate the doo-doo off the horse
that's
doo-doo
what I
off the
thought.
street. I think that's about that time. We've got listeners in Philly who can correct me, but yeah, I believe that's around that time.
I imagine I can see the starter jacket this guy is wearing as he types this into his desktop computer in his home.
I like just let the boys fight. It's not going to stop the game in any way.
Just let them fight,
Just let them fucking fight each other, please. This one is John Dool 1 year ago. Motley Crue and AC/DC are the best bands in the world. I rest my case. When the government comes for your guns, give them the bullets first, one clip after another. Love, Wolf, Lynn, Massachusetts. All right.
Good for you, Wolf.
Yeah.
I
really included that one just because there was a guy who has been on this segment a few times named Scott Woodham, whose catchphrase seems to be, I rest my case. And this is another fucking guy who's
resting their
you
case.
Can't steal Scott Woodham's catchphrase, Lone Wolf.
This is, I think, a good example of my complex relationship with AC/DC. Is that like they are often tied to bands that I think are dog shit.
Yes. Oh yeah.
So like Motley Crue are one of the worst bands ever. Mm-hmm. But like AC/DC are like rock incarnate. So the problem is you put them together, and I'm really at sort of a like tough impasse here because like to co-sign one, I must co-sign the other, and I cannot co-sign.
Yeah.
Fuck Motley Crue.
Jay Smith, 7 years ago, my friend and I went out to another town this afternoon for a drink, and we very proudly wore our AC/DC t-shirts. We got picked on and teased by idiots who did not know what they were talking about.
What?
We ended up in a police station for 2 hours. But it was worth it to us. It's just a shame that some people don't realize that AC/DC are the best in the world, and Bond knew this to be true. He wouldn't have walked away from trouble, and neither did we.
Yeah.
AC/DC are worth this and more to us. We were very proud to be fans. These people were picking on you is bullshit. They sat there and were picking a fucking fight. No one gets in that's like being like, I was wearing a cream colored shirt and I got my ass kicked because of it. Like, no, AC/DC shirts melt into the environment. Yeah. They're available at Walmart. It's fine. No one, God. And finally, Billy Goat Up North, 7 years ago. This song got me out a speeding ticket. Got pulled over by the sheriff doing 85 and a 55 in a station wagon. He was like, hey, Mr. Hanson, where's the fire? No fire, sir. It's a beautiful spring day. All my windows are down. Highway to Hell came on, and I just felt right. He busted a gut laughing, told me he understood, but tried to keep it down for the rest of the day, please. Yes, sir. True story, on my father's ashes. I was like, wow, it's nice to be white, isn't it? Oh,
I had the good song come on and still got the ticket recently.
Jesus. Well, that is Bon Scott and the Boys, AC/DC, with their classic Highway to Hell, our jam of the week.
You know, Rivers, I always say it. You know, I never saw Leonard Skinner, but I did see AC/DC when Bon Scott playing.
Let there be rock. Kyle Clark, where can people find you on the internet?
All right. Well, kind of two places are the go-tos for me these days. First and foremost, you can go to Kyle Clark is Rad on Instagram, where you can see that's if I'm posting shows or anything I have up to or anything I'm posting. That's your go-to spot for all my stuff. If you wish you could have a little deeper taste of it, though, and you want some real uncut Kyle, y'all, I got a Substack now.
Oh, nice.
KyleClarkIsRad.substack.com for comics, comedy, stories, and more. And it is the home of, and I'll hold this up to your camera.
Yeah.
Huzzah, my comic book that I've been doing. I started it this year. We're on the 3rd issue. There should be 4 issues out by the end of the year.
Awesome.
As I describe it to people, it asks the immortal question, what if Garfield was set in Daria? And so if you enjoy talking animals, The Simpsons, any kind of 90s indie comedy stuff or alt comedy stuff from the 90s, it is very heavily influenced by kind of the animation boom from then, your Rocko's Modern Life and your Duckman and shit like that.
Oh, man. All my faves.
Oh yeah, and it's a real work of love. It's been probably 5-6 years in the making, so it's been cool to have them out in the world and shit like that. And you can read them all for free on my Substack. I also on my Substack for Halloween time, if you can go watch this. 2 years ago, I did a cool thing that I did not promote super well. I made a mini comedy special inside of a haunted house attraction.
Oh yes.
I had somebody with a Steadicam and mics and lights follow me, and I am holding a microphone walking through a Haunt 365 in Monrovia. They were really awesome to let me do it. I want to do it again very, very badly. If you know a haunted house, send in my info. But I am incredibly proud of it. It's called Haunt Season. You should check that out along with the comics. And if you go to those places, you can also get my albums, Absolute Terror and I'm a Person, from wherever you get music, preferably not Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what a complicated relationship that is for artists now.
Yeah.
Anyways, but yeah, so at Kyle Clark is Rad on Instagram, or kyleclark.israd.substack.com. Please go check the stuff out. I'm really, really proud of the comics. I think they're really good. I think they're some of the better stuff I've ever made, and I think they're fun. And so, yeah, the new issue, the mayor of the town, who is a tiny cat in a top hat, bankrupts the town because he's horribly corrupt.
I mean, just look at it, folks.
And so he throws a music festival to attempt to apologize. Rivers, will you do me a favor? Actually, I want to do this. Will you read in the first page, there is the festival lineup.
Okay.
If you would go ahead and read that, because it's a pretty proud thing, and most of the people who have read my book so far are children who do not understand any of these jokes.
All right, Sowie Fest. We've got, let's see, Wolfgang Van Halen.
Now, Wolfgang is in very small font.
Yeah. Axel Rose, spelled AXEL.
I spelled it wrong. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, is that not
it's legal purposes.
And just the guys from No Doubt performing Use Your Jawlusion 1 and 2. 50 Cent featuring Mike Love. Oh, God, no. Power Man 1000 solo set. Lord Tech 9.
Lord and Tech 9 together is the funniest thing in the world to me.
Twisted. Oh, shout out to Nick. Anybody Killa.
This is a Nick joke.
Dark Lotus.
It's the entire Psychopathic Records lineup except for ICP.
Blaze You Dead Homie. The Strokes. What does that
Psychopathic
say?
Writers.
The Psychopathic Writers. Oh, these are also okay.
And then it goes to
Rog Torina.
which is Rog is Guar when they perform without costumes.
Oh,
Torina
really?
is maybe the best hardcore band in 805 right now.
Okay. Eat Your Family, Jules, Fishbone, necessarily for every festival lineup. Plus stand-up comedy 10, hosted by Penn and Teller, featuring Dirty Squatch.
This is all fake comedian names I came up with that felt like good fake regional comedians. Dirty Squatch.
Bobby Straws.
Doesn't Robbie Strauss sound like someone Ron Swallows just knows?
Yeah. What is this one? Oh, Hecka
Lil Larry.
Hecka Lil Larry. Randall, The Sleaze, Improv by Blood Party Jokas.
I like the idea of an ICP improv
group. Food trucks or whatever, free, please come.
Yeah, so there's I enjoyed putting together a fake music festival, and just the one of the last pages is just a bunch of the artists acts to be blurred out. So it's just a bunch of blurs of the stage, and it's one of them is just, it's the Simpsonsiest joke I've done so far, which is just a blur out, and it says, "See, we didn't do magic or tell jokes. That's why we're good for some reason." And just needless dig at Penn and Teller because it felt good to do.
Oh man. Well,
so
hell yeah. Check out all of Kyle's stuff on the Substack, on the Instagram. You can find me on most forms of social media at Rivers Langley. And if you would like to support our show, the best way to do that, hey, if you're watching, you're already doing it. It's patreon.com/thegoodspod. Join.
You guys got to watch me vape.
That's right. Join the Tower of Power. Watch Kyle vape. And the second best way to support the show, head to Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Leave a comment, rate, review, and subscribe. Show the attitude of gratitude, because if you do not have the attitude of gratitude, daddy, the Tuscumbia space penguins are going to throw rocks back at you.
Ooh.
The Goods from the Woods was recorded and edited by me, Rivers Langley. You can find our show on Twitter at The Goods Pod. Our theme song was composed by Jonas, the Space Cowboy.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.